Our Olympians are back on home soil with that record haul of gold medals, and we are very lucky enough to be joined now by kayak cross gold medalist Noemie Fox. Noemie, good morning, and on behalf of all of us at News Breakfast, a hearty congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm so happy to be back in Sydney and back having Australian coffee and just being home. It's amazing.
How was the French coffee? Was it okay?
Yeah, it was really good. But yeah, no, it's so good to be back, and we had an amazing welcome home on Monday, which was yeah, just so cool to see everyone there and feel all the support, and we've been living, in a bit of a bubble in Paris, and it's amazing to see, how many people watched, how many people, yeah, just kind of took on board the Olympics and really got involved, and so it's incredible to be sharing that all now in Sydney.
We were getting teary, Noemie, watching it from afar as the Qantas jet arrived there at Sydney. Describe to me your first emotions when you got out and saw that sea of people from all the way from the Prime Minister down, waiting there to greet you and your fellow Olympians.
Yeah, we heard the pilot told us, okay, get ready, there's 800 people out there waiting for you, and we were all, wide-eyed, tired, and but it was very emotional, actually. It was, yeah, I think it was kind of like the first moment where we realised how much of an impact we had on Australia, essentially, and to have so many, kids running up asking for photos, and then just seeing family reunions. Obviously, I was really lucky to have my family there with me on ground, but it was really emotional seeing a lot of the family reunions, and such a special moment to be part of that charter. I did the welcome home in 2004 when my dad was on the coaching team, and I met, all of those incredible athletes, Anna Mears, Ian Thorpe, and to be that person that people were coming up to was just, yeah, it was amazing.
I think you've got a little special treat to show us there in your hands, which is the gold medal. We've heard that they're very heavy. How is it having it in your hands there?
Yeah, it actually, it is very heavy, and when you wear it around your neck, it's a good problem to have, but it definitely, pulls the posture forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so surreal. I think leaving with my own piece of the Eiffel Tower in the middle there is extra special, and yeah, it's gold. It's just the most beautiful medal.
Yeah,
ever.
Take us through that moment. Australia will be etched into every Australian's brain now forever. When you crossed the finishing line, triumph was at hand, and your sister Jess and your mum and other support crew dived into the water with you. Take us through that moment.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the first moment where I, let myself really just surrender to all the emotions. I was very process-driven. You have to be. It's 4 days of competition. You just have to think about getting through each round, finishing top two. I finished first in every single round, but there wasn't one moment where I kind of thought, okay, I've got this, I'm going to win. It was still, okay, next step, let's get through. Keep to your plan. And before the final, my coach was like, all right, well, you've made it. You're in the Olympic final. This is amazing. Just enjoy it. And the crowd was buzzing. The crowd was just the most sensational thing I've ever experienced. And I really allowed myself to, get carried away by it. And then, yeah, when I did the first upright, I exited first, and you don't really hear the crowd, you just hear this buzz. But at that moment, I was close to the bank, and I heard my mum scream. It was like this guttural scream, and I just, I felt that like zap of energy, and I just went for it. And when I crossed the line, yeah, it was just, it still didn't really hit me, but I realised, I was like, wow, I'm Olympic champion. I just watched Jess win twice, and then to have her jump in with me and to share that with everyone, and share it also with my two competitors that were on the podium. We were all just, yeah, it was very emotional, and it was such a special moment.
There were certainly many tears back home in Australia for you as well. We really enjoyed getting to know your family's story as well. Of course, your dad was commentating as well. That must have been so nerve-wracking for him. But yeah, I guess, what does the sport mean to your family? Is this something you've been doing since you were a little kid? I guess you grew up, watching your mum and dad doing this as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of inevitable to, get into the sport in the first place. It's such a passion sport, and they both went to the Olympics, and they both really put their passion into us and tried to instill that without forcing. I think they just really tried to share their love for the river, and at first it didn't really catch on. It was very much their thing, and then I started to make friends. I started to travel, and then I started to realise how much I loved it as well. And yeah, we were lucky enough to always follow them to competitions, and they really ignited the Olympic dream. And yeah, I did the 2012 Olympics with Jess as her supporter, 2016 as her supporter, 2020 in the workforce, and managed to go watch her race. And then when the opening and the window was available for me to go to the Olympics, it was a no-brainer to, you know, give it everything and write my own Olympic story, not just as, you know, a spectator or a family member, but really as a competitor. And then now I'm a gold medalist, so it's incredibly special. I think it's really amazing to have people that know how much you give to the sport and that are there to support you every step of the way. It's truly amazing.
You're a proud gold medalist, you're a proud Olympian. You're also recognise, Noemie, you are the inspiration to younger siblings everywhere now.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's so easy to get caught in the shadow, especially when you have, you know, that one sibling that's always smarter, always better at everything. But, you know, I think finding your own joys and your own reason, and even if you're not better at something, it doesn't mean that you're not, you know, legitimate or not worthy, or that your time won't come. And I think for me, you know, I just kept on persisting and knowing that you know, I do have the genes. I always thought, oh my gosh, how did, you know, I not get any of the special ingredients that they all got? But, you know, I think it was always there, and it was just the right time and the right moment. And yeah, I think it's a good lesson for keeping on and persisting and chasing your dreams.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to see you continue to shine. Congratulations, Noemie, and just have a wonderful rest now back home in Australia.
Can we get one more look at the gold medal before you go?
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Can't wait to show you in person.
Yeah, can't wait to have you in the studio. Thanks, Noemie.
Thank you.